Hello everybody and welcome back on my channel. My name is Alex. Today we're gonna make this assembly and we'll gonna see if all the parts are fitting together. So this is how it should look at the end. First let's open a new SolidWorks document. Okay, let's make this plain white. And now we'll open a sketch in the front plane, and here we'll make the next sketch. We'll start with two circles. Just like this. With smart dimension, let's define them. The big one will have the diameter 52 and the small one will be 25. And now we'll select center line and we'll make a horizontal center line. And now let's select circle again. In this point we're gonna make another one, and with smart dimension let's give a dimension to this center line. We'll have 88 millimeters. Okay, select this circle with this one, the small one. Okay, so these two circles, make them equal. And now we'll have to select circle again. And we'll make here another one. Actually, let's make a sketch. So select line. And we'll start a sketch just like this. And back to this circle. Okay, this sketch you should make. And now we're gonna use mirror entities command to mirror this sketch on this other side. So select mirror entities command, select all of these lines, and at mirror about select this center line. Press OK. And now we'll have to select center point arc, and with the center point in this point, we're gonna make an arc just like this. Select this point, actually select this line with this arc and select here make tangent. Okay, and this point should coincide with this one. Do the same here. Make this, select this point and select here make tangent. Nice, and now we'll have to use smart entities command to define this. First we'll give here a radius. Here the radius will be 28. Okay, and just a second. You should drag this just like that. Now with smart dimension we'll give a dimension between these two lines, and here will be 4 millimeters. Okay, from this line to this one, here will be 26. Okay, and this one right here will have 12. Nice, and now we'll have to give one more dimension, which will be from this line to this one, and here will be 48. Okay, this is fully defined. Now with trim entities command we'll have to cut this part of the circle. That's perfect. Now we'll go to features and we'll use extruded boss base command. Instead of, actually here you'll have blind or something else, use mid plane. The depth here will be 30 millimeters. I know you cannot find it on the drawing, but if you have the drawing right now and you are looking at it, it's 6 on these two sides, and then it's 14 for that kind of rib in the middle. Not in the middle actually. Okay, and we'll use here 30 millimeters, and then we'll go down here to select the contours. We don't want both of these, we only want this one. So select this one and press here OK. Perfect, and now we have one cylinder. Now we have to use extruded boss base command, and from this arrow we'll go to this other arrow and we'll select sketch 1, and this time we'll select this contour, clear here and select this. Okay, this time here will be 38. Actually, no, it's not good. This one is not in the middle. Okay. Here is not 38, here will be 25. Okay, and then here instead of mid plane we'll select blind. We'll have to select here direction 2. For direction 2 we'll select 13 millimeters. Actually we'll have to reverse these two dimensions. Make here 13 and the other one 25. 25. Okay, it should look something like this. On the right side of the mid plane will be 25, on the left side will be only 13. This side should be with 2 millimeters smaller than this side. Okay, let's press here OK. Nice. Now we'll have to open a sketch in the front plane. We did that thing there with the dimensions to help us make this part faster and easier. Select line and we'll start with a line just like this. Okay, and back to this point. And now one more on this other side, back to this edge. Okay, now we'll have to select center line and we'll make here a center line because we're gonna use mirror entities command to mirror this on this other side. First, let's select convert entities command. Let's convert not the face, this edge with this one and press here OK. And now we'll have to give some dimensions. For example, here we'll use 4 millimeters. Select these two lines and select here make collinear. Okay, and now with mirror entities command, we'll have to select the entities to mirror, which will be all of these lines. And this and this. And at mirror about, we'll have to select this center line. Press OK. Nice, and now we'll have to use trim entities command to cut parts of this circle. So trim entities command, and we'll have to cut this one, this, and this. And now we will have to, if you have these points right here, we'll have to move them. Or we should use also trim entities command to cut them. Let's see if it's going to work. So trim entities command. Okay, if you can cut them. If not, just drag them outside of this this line. So we'll have to do this for these two sides. Make sure that you don't cut this line which is going here. So we'll cut it and everything should be all right now. Let's go to press here OK, go to features, use extruded boss base command, and here let's select these two and we'll select here instead of blind mid plane this time, and the depth will be 14 millimeters and press OK. Nice, and now we'll have to check some dimensions because this side right here should have 8 millimeters and this one should have 6. The easiest way to do this is to go to evaluate, select measure, select this face with this one, and we can see right here the normal distance is 8 millimeters. And now click one more to get rid of this face and select this other one, and here it's 6. And this is what we need. And now let's keep going. Now we'll have to make 2 more holes, and to do this we'll use hole wizard. So select hole wizard, select this one hole, and we'll select here metric, and here we'll select drill size for the first one, and the size will be on the drawing is 12.22 through all, but here we cannot find 12.22. We'll use 12.2, and we'll have to search for it, and it's right here. In this hole will be inserted the bolt. The bolt will be M12, so it should fit. So drill size 12.2, and here through all, and that's it. Make sure that these are not selected. Go to positions, 3D sketch, and we'll place our hole right there. Now with smart dimension we'll have to define this to make it fixed. Select smart dimension, and first dimension will be from this point to this edge. Here will be 12. From this point to this edge, here will be 14. Perfect. Press here OK. And now we'll have to make the last hole. So hole wizard again. This time we'll also select this one hole, but this time here at type we'll select tab drills, and the size will be M8 with the pitch 1.25. This one. Here we'll not keep through all, but we'll select up to next this time, and everything should be left like this. Go to position, select 3D sketch, and we'll have to place it like this. And now to fully define this, we'll have to draw a few more center lines. So select center line, and now let's make one center line just like this. Select the center line and select here, make a long X axis, select this point and this edge, and select here on the left on surface. Okay, this is good. And now select another center line, and we'll go from this point to this edge. Select this center line this time and select here, make a long Z axis, and this center point, this point should be on this center line, so select them both and select here coincide. Nice. Now it's smart dimension. Let's give a dimension from this point to this other point, and here will be 13 millimeters. Okay, that's good. This should be perfect. Press OK. And now we have all the holes we need for this part, for the pulley arm. Now we have to apply some fillets, and we can see on the drawing that all the fillets and rounds are radius 3. So this should be very easy. Select fillet, put the radius 3, and as we can see we have fillets for all of the next edges. Okay, this should be selected, this, and this too. Perfect, press here OK, and I think these are all the edges that need fillet. Yes, this is it. So this is the first part from this assembly. Have to open a new part, and right now let's make this plane white, and we'll start a sketch in the top plane. And here we'll make a center rectangle. This will have the dimensions for this side will be 112, and for this one will be 56. And that's it. Go to features, use extruded boss base command, and here the thickness will be 14 millimeters. Press OK. And now we'll open a sketch on this face. And here we'll start with a center rectangle again. Make one just like this. With smart dimension we'll have to define this. From this line to this edge, here will be 3. From this line to this edge, here will be 22. And now go to features, use extruded cut, and here we'll have to keep through all, or up to next it will be the same. Press OK. Nice. And now we'll open a sketch on this other face, and here we'll make 2 circles. Select this center point with this one and select here make vertical. And now smart dimension, let's define them. This one will have the diameter 56, and the small one will have the diameter 25. And now let's select point and make a point right here. Make sure that this point is vertical with all of the others. And now let's go with smart dimension and give a dimension from this point to this point. And here will be 120 millimeters. And now this is fully defined. Let's go to features and use extruded boss base command. As we can see, we'll have to reverse the direction. To do this, we'll go here on the left, select here reverse direction. Here we'll keep blind and the depth will be 26. Press OK. And now let's open a new sketch on this face. And here let's select convert entities command. Select this circle and this edge and press here OK. And now with line we'll have to make the next sketch. We'll start from this point, go to this circle, and then do the same for this other side. Yep, not like this. From this point to this circle. Okay, select this circle and this line and select here make tangent. Do the same for this one also. And now with trim entities command we'll have to cut this part of the circle. Press OK, and now we have the sketch. Let's go to features and use extruded boss base command. And here instead of sketch plane we'll select offset. The offset will be 4 millimeters. Alright, we'll have to reverse the direction of this offset. So reverse the direction. And here we'll keep blind and the depth will be 16 millimeters. Okay, and we'll have to also reverse this direction. Nice, and now we can see in the preview that it's 4 millimeters offset from this sketch, which we just need. And press OK. Nice and easy. And I'll have to make a small rib right here. To do this we'll have to open a sketch in the right plane, because this plane is in the middle of this part and the rib is also in the middle. To make a rib you'll only have a line to make, so select line, start from this point, go until this edge. And now it's smart dimension, let's give a dimension from this point to this edge, and here will be 32 millimeters. Now go to features, use rib command, and here we'll keep this one in the middle, and the thickness for this rib will be 12. Make sure that this arrow is going down like this. If it's like this or not like that, you'll just have to click here flip material side. If it's like this, click here flip material side. Okay, 12, press OK. Nice, and I'll have to make 3 holes for this part. One on this side, one on this side, and one on top of this cylinder. So for this we'll have to use hole wizard. So select hole wizard, First, let's make this one on top. We'll select here hole, top drills, the size will be M8 and the pitch 125. We'll keep here up to next. Let's go to positions, 3D sketch, and let's place the hole. Okay, and now let's select center line. We'll have to fully define this. We'll make a center line starting from this center point and going up until this edge of this cylinder. Make sure that this point is black. If it's black, it means that it's fully defined and you will not be able to move it. It will be straight up and on this edge. Okay, now select these 2 points and select here, make along Z axis. And now it's smart dimension, we'll have to give a dimension in between these 2 points. And here will be 13. Press OK. And now we have the first hole. Now let's make 2 more here. So select hole wizard again. We'll also keep this one, but this time we'll select here to drill size. And the diameter will be 10 millimeters. Search for 10, select it. Here we'll keep up to next or through all. This time it doesn't matter. And select here. All of the other things should be left just like this. And select here to positions, 3D sketch, place them. Or you can place one and then you can use mirror entities command and select right plane, because the right plane is in the middle of this part. I'm gonna place them both now and we'll have to fully define them. So select smart dimension and let's give some dimensions. First, from this point to this edge, here will be 36 millimeters. And now let's select these two and select here make along x-axis. And now let's select a center line and let's make a center line starting from this middle point, from this edge, going like this. Okay, and we'll have to make sure that this, okay, it's not actually straight. Let's select it and let's make it along z-axis. Press here OK, and now we can see that it's black. We did this so we can give a dimension. So select smart dimension, select this point, this edge. Okay, so this point with, yeah, okay. Okay, doesn't, why? So smart dimension, we should give a dimension from this point to this edge, to this line. Why is it automatically selecting both of them? Alright, let's see. First, if we try to give a dimension in between them it should be 88. Okay, and now let's try to make this center line again. Okay, and make sure that when you make the center line, okay, let me show you again. Make sure that you are watching the part from this side. So when you click it, you can go along this red arrow. We can see that it will be already fully defined. Okay, and let's try again. The same. Okay, then we'll have to try something else. If like this is not working, let's see like this. It should be 44 in between from this point to this center line. Let's try this other way. So if 88 is gone, then it means that we have also 24 left. So 24 divided by 2 here should be 12. Just like this. Okay, never mind. So what I did was just, we know the length of from this side to this side, and it's 112. We know that from this point to this point it's 88, so everything is symmetrical, which means that we have 24 left. 24 plus 88 will be 112, so we just need half of what's left from subtracting 88 from 112, which is 12. 12 on this side and 12 on this other side. Let's make sure that here is also 12. Yes. Nice. And this should not be so complicated. I don't know why it was this time. When I first made it, it was very easy. But anyway, you can use here 12 from this point to this edge, or use 44 from this point to this center line if it's working. Press here OK. Okay, and this is the part. Now we'll have to apply some fillets. All of the fillets will have radius 3 as it's specified on the drawing. We have no other fillet that have another radius for this part. Okay, let's select fillet, radius 3, and make sure that you select the edges that are working. See, here is not working because this small edge right here. And to make sure that I am able to fillet these parts, unselect here tangent propagation, and right now we'll be able to select a few more. Okay, just select whatever edge is working, and then at the end we'll have to select the others. It will work more than what we can see right now. Okay, press here OK for now, select fillet again, and let's keep going. Okay, here we can select the face. Alright, and this one. Okay. Let's press here OK for now. Actually, we can select also this. And this is almost finished. Press here OK. Now I'll have to apply like 3 more. This and this. And this should be all the fillets. Okay, it's looking like it's done. Now I'll have to apply the material. Also with the first part I just made a tutorial, the last one, we also should apply the material. I forgot to do it, I think, in that tutorial, in that video, so it will be the same material. So go here on the left, right click on material, edit material, and select. It will be the same one, steel 1020, apply and close. Do the same for the first one also, and don't forget to save them, because we'll actually need these parts to make the whole assembly. Let's begin by opening a new part, and here let's make plain white, and let's open a sketch in the front plane. Now here we'll start with a center line, and we'll have to select line. We'll make the next sketch just like this. Alright, when you have the sketch and it's looking like this, let's make a center line. We'll make a center line from this middle point to this center point, and let's make this center line vertical. Okay, and let's select all of these lines and this center line. Okay, maybe not. I was thinking that maybe we can apply the relation of symmetry, but it's not working. So instead, let's select this both, make them equal, make these two equal, make these two equal, make these two collinear. Okay, make these other two also collinear. Don't make these two equal. Actually, that's enough. Let's select Smart Dimension and let's start dimensioning this. First, here will be the diameter 30 millimeters. Here will be the diameter 48. And here will be the diameter 100. Okay. This one will have 4 millimeters. From this line to this one, here will be 22. And here the angle will be 30 degrees. Okay. And now from this line to this one, here will be 18. Okay, select this line with this one and select here collinear. And now this line here should have 6. Okay, let's see. So select this center line with these two lines and select here on the left symmetric. Okay, now this is looking better. Now Smart Dimension will have to give some more dimensions. First, from this line to this one, here will be 31. Okay, and let's see what else we need. And now we'll have to select this line with this one and select here make parallel. This should fully define the sketch. And now we have all the dimensions and everything. Now let's go to features and select revolved boss base command. And here we'll have to select this center line and press OK. Nice, and now this is almost finished. We'll have to apply two fillets. So select fillet. The first fillet will have the radius 6. Select this edge, press here OK. And the next one will have radius 3. And select this other edge and press here OK. Now we'll have to apply the material. So right click on material, edit material, and will be the same one, still 1020. Apply and close. Now this is finished. So we have it right here, but we have no dimensions for it except that it's M12 with the pitch 1.75. And that's it. So we'll have to search for the other dimensions because we cannot import it, we cannot find it in the library. So let's start. First we'll have to open a new part. And here let's make this plane white. And now we'll open a sketch in the top plane. And we'll make a center rectangle. Let's make these two lines equal. And now with Smart Dimension, let's give a dimension for one of them. And the dimension will be 19 millimeters. and this line should have approximately 26.9, and it's almost 26.9, which is good. Now go to features, use extruded boss base command, and here the depth will be 10 millimeters. Select here blind and press here OK. Now we'll have to make a hole in the middle of this square, so let's go to hole wizard. We'll select from here hole, we'll keep this one, the type will be tap drill, and the size M12 with pitch 175 through all. Near side countersink will be 13 at 120 degrees. The far side countersink will be the same. Let's go to positions, 3D sketch. Let's place it. And now let's try to put this hole in the center of this rectangle. First, let's try with a center line. So select center line. Let's make a center line like this. Select this point and this face. This point with this face, and let's try to select here on plane. And now this should be right here on this face. Select these 2 points then, and select here make coincident. And now this hole should be in the center. Press here OK. And now we'll have to apply some thread to this hole. So let's go back to hole wizard, click on this arrow and select from here thread. Press here OK. Here we'll have to select the thread location. Will be this edge. And here we'll have to give some details about this thread. For example, the end condition will be blind because we don't know the number of revolutions. The length we'll keep it 13 millimeters. Here will be type metric tap. The size will be M12. The pitch 175. Okay, we'll select here cut thread, and we'll keep here these two options. And now let's go back here, select offset, and the offset will be 3 millimeters. And we'll have to select here reverse this offset. And now we want to make sure that this is going out of this square nut on both sides. Press here OK. Now this is looking good. Now we'll have to do one more thing. So let's open a sketch in the front plane. And here we'll make the next sketch, select line. And we'll make a sketch starting from this edge, just like this. And now with smart dimension, let's give an angle from this line to this edge. And here will be 30 degrees. Okay, and now we'll select this point with this edge, and we'll select here make pierce. And now this is everything we need. Just to make sure, make this a little bit bigger, we need to make sure that it's going to cut these corners. And now we need a center line, so select center line, start from this origin point and make it vertically. Now go to features, use revolved cut. This center line should be selected here, 360 degrees and blind. Press here OK. And now this is it. Now let's apply the material. So right click on material, edit, and this will be also 1020 steel. Press here apply and close. And now don't forget to save it, because we're gonna need it when we're gonna make the assembly for this belt tensioner. We'll have 3 parts for this, which was the body, It's the spring, this ball, and this body. And then we'll have to assemble them. First, we'll have to open a new part. And here, let's make this plain white. Of course, we're gonna start with the body because it's the, let's say, the hardest part. Alright, and here we'll start with line. And we'll make the next sketch. Just like this. Make this sketch. Okay, and now let's try to define this sketch, this drawing. So actually let's make one more center line starting from this origin point and just above this line. And now smart dimension, let's define this. First, from this point to this line, here will be 16. Okay, from this line to this center line, make sure to select the center line. So we can give here the diameter will be 11.55. Okay, and now this line will have 4.5. Okay, and from this point to this line, here will be 7. Select this point or select this arc with this line and select here, make tangent. Now let's give some dimensions here also. Here the radius will be 1.5. And from this center point to this point, here will be also 1.5. Everything is in millimeters. Okay, and now let's give an angle from this line to this center line, and here will be 25 degrees. Okay, and now from this point to this line, here will be 10. And I will have to select the center point arc, and we'll make here an arc with the center point on this line, horizontal with this point, and then we'll start from this point and we'll make an arc just like this. And now let's give a radius for this arc. The radius will be 3.5. Okay, and then select this point and this arc, select here coincident, and select this arc and select here construction geometry. Okay, select this point with this one, select here make horizontal. Good. And now we'll have to select smart dimension again and give a dimension from this point, the middle point from this arc to this center line, and here the diameter will be 5.8. And now this should be fully defined. And let's check here a dimension from this point to this center line. Here should be 2.25. Okay, And now everything is fully defined. Let's go to features, use revolve with boss base command, and here axis of revolution should be selected this center line, and here keep 360 degrees, press OK. Nice, and now let's open a sketch in the front plane, and let's make first a center line, and I will select line and we'll make the next sketch. We'll be starting from this point, just like this. And here we'll make an arc, like this, and then we'll make another center point arc. This time will be like this. Select this point and we should make this tangent. Okay. And now with line we'll make the next part of the sketch. Select this point and select here make tangent. And now select these two lines and select here make collinear. Okay, and with smart dimension we'll have to give some dimensions. But first let's make these 2 points vertical. And now here the radius for this one should be 0.5. And for this other one should be 0.25. And this line here should have 1 millimeter. This one will have 2.5. Okay. And now let's see. Here the angle should be 135. And this line here will have 5 millimeters. And the angle from this line to this edge here will be 60 degrees. Okay, and this line right here will have 1 millimeters. And now let's select circle and let's make here a circle. Select this circle, select here construction geometry, select this point with this one, select here make coincident, and now this circle will have the diameter 2.5. And now select this point with this center point and select here make horizontal. Okay, and now everything is good. Let's go to features and let's use revolved cut. This center line we made here should be selected here and everything should be the same. Press here OK. And now this is looking good. And now I just realized that I made a mistake in the previous sketch for the previous revolved boss base. So let's go back and fix that. We'll click on this arrow from the revolve one, click on this sketch one and select here edit sketch. And now we'll have to delete this vertical and we'll have to delete it. So right click on it and delete. Now this line should be blue, not black anymore. which means we can move it. So select this point and drag it on the left a little bit. And now with Smart Dimension we'll have to give an angle from this point, from this line to this other line. And here the angle will be 1.63 degrees. Oh, sorry. Okay, so it's 163 degrees. Here is not a vertical line. Okay, now everything should be okay. Exit the sketch. And you should not get any errors from that change. And now we have to apply the material. So right click on material, edit material. This will be steel. Apply and close. Now we have to save this. Actually, we have one more thing to do. Yeah, I'm sorry, I keep forgetting some things. We'll have to add a chamfer. So select chamfer, and here we'll select this one, dimension, distance dimension. We'll keep here symmetric, and here the distance will be 1 millimeter, and select this edge and press here OK. And now we'll also have to add the thread for this. And to do that, first we'll have to open a sketch on this face. So select this face, open a sketch, select this edge and select here convert entities command. And now we'll exit this sketch and we'll go to curves. We'll select helix and spiral. We have this sketch selected and we'll have to change here some things. First will be here. We'll select pitch and revolution. And then here we'll keep constant pitch. The pitch will be 1 and the revolutions will be 8.5. Start angle will be 0 degrees and clockwise. And here we'll have to select taper helix. But first let's reverse here the direction. We should see it like this. And as we can see, it's going inside. So we'll have to select here taper outward, but it's not the right angle. The angle should be 1.63 degrees. Okay, and now this should be good. Press here OK. Now we'll have to make the profile for our thread. So let's find which plane is in this point. It should be the right plane. So select right plane, open a sketch, and here let's make the profile for this thread. So select line, we'll start just like this. Select this middle point from this line with this other one and select here make horizontal. And now Smart Dimension, let's give a dimension from this line to this one. Here will be 0.87. And now the angle here should be 50 degrees. And now let's make a center line just like this, and from this center line to this point right here should be 0.06. Now it's good. Select this point and this spiral and select here make pierce. And now go to features. Actually first let's exit this sketch and then go to features and use swept cut. This sketch, this thread profile should be selected here, and then let's select the path, should be this one. And now let's press here OK. And you should have a thread looking like this. Let's right click on this spiral and select here hide. And now we want to look this a little bit better, to be a little bit smoother. So let's select this face, let's open a sketch. And with this face selected, select here convert entities command. And now what we'll have to do is to select line and make here something like this. And select this line and select here construction geometry. Now go back to features and use Extruded Cut. And now here we'll select this option, draft on. And here let's keep it 1 degrees. And this should be looking better. Select here through all or blind and press OK. Nice, and this should be it for this part, for this body. And now let's, actually we'll have to do one more thing, is to make, let's select this face and let's open a sketch. And here we'll have to make the part where the range will be. So let's select polygon. And let's make a polygon just like this. Select this edge and this point and select here coincident. And now make this line horizontal. This should be fully defined. And now select a circle, center point circle, and make here a circle. Make it just a little bit bigger. And let's make it 14 millimeters. And go to features, use Extruded Cut. And here we'll select, instead of through all, up to next. And press OK. Okay, and now this is looking better. I think that in this part I forgot to, I forgot to do that. Good thing that I remembered now. Okay, and let's save this because this part is finished. So here will be body 1. Now let's make the next part. The next part, I think that it will be the spring. So let's open a new part. This should be pretty easy. Let's open a sketch in the top plane. And here we'll start by making a circle, which will be the start of the helix. So with smart dimension, let's give a dimension for this circle. This will have the diameter 4.5. Now press OK, go to features and select helix and spiral. This one should be going up, so select here, reverse the direction. This time here will be height and revolution. And the height will be 15. The revolutions will be the same. The start angle will be 0 degrees. And here we'll select again upper helix. The angle will be 5.3 degrees. And select here, actually unselect this upper outward. It should look just like this. And now press here OK. And now we'll have to go to sweep to boss base command. And we'll select here circular profile. The diameter will be 0.5. And we'll select this helix. Press OK. Now let's right click on this helix and let's select here hide. And now we'll have to make another sketch which will help us to assemble this spring faster and easier. So let's select front plane, open a sketch, select center line and make here the center line starting from this point and going up, and this should be vertical. Make sure that you have this vertical here and it's black. Now this is the only thing we have to do. Exit this sketch and let's save this part. Okay, now the last thing we have to do is the small ball. So let's open a new part. Make this plane white. Open a sketch in the top plane, and here we'll have to make, select line. We'll make a line like this, and then we'll have to make an arc just like this, which will have the radius 1.25. Now this should be fully defined. Go to features, use revolved boss base command. We'll have to select this line as axis of revolution and press here OK. Now this is the ball. Let's save it. And now let's make the assembly of these three parts. So let's open a new part, select here assembly this time and press OK. Now let's select all three of them and let's import them. Let's make this plane white so we can see it better. Right click on this ball and select here float. Right click on this body and select here fix. Select this face, actually the ball, and this edge and select here coincide. And now the ball is fixed right there. Now let's make right click on this body and select here change transparency. And now let's make some axes visible. So we'll go up here to this eye, click on this arrow and select here this one, view temporary axis. We can see now this axis from this body, so select this one with Ctrl pressed, select this sketch we just made for this spring and select here coincide. Now this is good. Now we can go back here and close this. Now what we'll have to do is to select this face, this edge, sorry, with this ball and select here coincide or not. Maybe select this and select here tangent. Yes, that's it. That's the one. So select this edge from the spring with the face from the ball and select tangent. And now let's see. Let's go to spring and let's right click on this sketch and select here hide. And now this is good. It's not going anywhere. It's just rotating. Now right click on this, change the transparency back, and here we have it. Okay, so we'll have to open a new part and then open a sketch in the front plane. And here we'll make the next sketch, select circle, we'll make one, select smart dimension and let's define this. The diameter will be 25. And now go to features and use extruded boss base command. Here instead of blind we'll keep mid plane. And here the dimension will be 80 millimeters. Press here OK. Now we'll have to add some chamfers on both ends. So go up here, select chamfer. You can select this face and here we'll select this one, dimensions, and here we'll keep symmetric and the dimension will be 1 millimeter. Press here OK. And now select hole wizard. We'll have to make 4 holes for this shaft. Select here this one and here this, and then we'll select here top drills and the first hole will be M8 with the pitch 1. In this hole will be going the grease nipple. And now go to positions. Actually, first let's change here the end condition. Will not be true all, will be blind. And here will be 50 millimeters. Alright, and now we're gonna leave it like this. Make sure that this is not checked here. Okay, and go to positions, 3D sketch. Let's place it on this face. Now I'll have to make sure that this is fully defined. First, let's try like this. Select this point with this center point, and let's see if we can make them along Z-axis, and this should fully define it. Now it's black, which means it's good. Press OK. And now we have the first hole. And now let's make the thread for this hole. So we'll go back to Hole Wizard, select thread, press OK. The thread location will be this edge. And now let's select, here will be blind. The distance will be 8 millimeters. Okay, and now here we'll keep M8 and the pitch will be 1. Now let's select here an offset. So select here offset. We'll select here 1 millimeter. We'll change here the direction of the offset. We want it to be outside of this face. And I'll have to change here from 8 to 9. And now we have 8 millimeters of thread inside this shaft. And let's press here OK. This should be all the settings. Yes, that's good. Press here OK. Okay, and now let's select Hole Wizard again. And this time we'll select also this right here, but here will be drill size. And let's select here the size will be 8. So scroll down until you'll find 8 millimeters in diameter. And now here we'll also keep blind, but this time the depth will be 5 millimeters. Go to positions, select here 3D sketch, and this time we'll have to place 2 of them like this. And now let's define them. We'll have to give some dimensions. So select Smart Dimension and let's give a dimension in between these 2. Here will be 54 millimeters. Okay. Let's make sure that these 2 are in line. So select both of them and select here along Z-axis. Press here OK. And now let's try to give another dimension, and let's select center line. Let's make a center line going up like this, and then select this point with this face and select here on the left on surface. And now all of these 3 points should be on the same direction, on the same line or not. If they are not, let's select them all, only the points, and select here make along Z-axis. Okay, that's better. And now it's Smart Dimension. Let's give a dimension from this point to this one, and here should be half of this dimension, so 27. Okay, and now this should be it. Press here OK. And I'll have to make one more hole, which will be somewhere on this side. So select hole wizard again. We're gonna use also this. We'll keep all of them like this, and here we'll have to change the diameter, and this time will be 5 millimeters. Let's go and find 5. Perfect. Everything else will be the same. Go to position and select here 3D sketch. Let's place it like this. And now let's make another center line. And we'll start another center line like this. Make it along x-axis this time. Select this point with this face and select again on surface. On the drawing we see that this hole should be at 40 millimeters from this face. This whole shaft has 80 millimeters, so it means that it's in the middle. Okay, if we know that, we can select this point with this point and select here coincident. And now the depth for this, let's go back here to type. We forgot to change the depth, should be 14 millimeters. That's good, and press OK. This hole is for lubrication, so it's good. Nice, and this is everything for this shaft. Let's apply the material. It will be edit material. It will be steel 1020. Apply and close. Now let's save this. This will be the pulley shaft. Okay, now let's open a new part and let's make the next shaft, which will be the arm shaft. This one will be a little bit faster because it doesn't have so many holes. Let's open again a sketch in the front plane, select circle. It will be the exact same dimensions as the other one, 25. Let's go features, extruded boss base, also mid plane, and here will be the same, 80. Press here OK. And now again a chamfer, dimension, symmetric, 1, press OK. Let's apply the material, apply, close. Okay, and now we'll have to make only one hole for this one. So go to hole wizard. We'll keep the same settings right here, and we'll have to change here from diameter 5 to 8. 8. And the depth will be also 8. Go to positions, 3D sketch. We'll have to place it right here. And now let's make a center line. So select center line, make it like this along y-axis. Select this point with this face, select here on surface. Make these two along z-axis. Okay, and now with smart dimension I'll have to give a dimension which will be from this. Let's see if it's working. We have a dimension from this point to this face, to this end right here. It's not working. Okay, if we want to make it in this, to give this dimension according to the drawing, we can try to make a center line right here, and then select this point with this face and select again on surface, and we can give the dimension this time. in between these 2 points and should be 67. Or we know that from this face to this center line is 40 millimeters, so we can add the extra millimeters to make it 67, which is 27, right? So we can give a dimension from this point to this point, 27. It will be the same. Nice, and now press here OK. And this is everything for this shaft. Let's go ahead and save it. This will be the arm shaft. Save. And I'll have to make the last 2 parts. So let's open a new part. All of these are very, very easy. Let's open a sketch in the front plane, and here we'll make 2 circles. And now it's smart dimension, let's define them. This one will have the diameter 44. And this one will have the diameter 25. Go to features, use extruded boss base command. We'll keep here mid plane, and here will be 16 millimeters. Press here OK. And I'll have to apply chamfer for this one also, so go to chamfer. We'll select this face, select here this, and here 1 millimeter. Press here OK. And I'll have to make a hole. So go back to hole wizard. We'll keep this one. The hole will be M8 with the pitch 125. So we'll have to change here to tab drill. And here we'll have to find M8 with the pitch 125. Okay, go to positions. Actually, first let's change the condition here. Here we'll change from blind to up to next. And let's uncheck this. Now go to positions, 3D sketch, let's place it like this. And on the drawing it's at 8 millimeters from this face right here, which means it's in the middle because this whole part has 16 millimeters. Let's see if we can select this point with this one, and we can make them along y-axis, and it's working. Now this is fully defined. Go here and select OK. Now let's apply also the material for this. This will be also steel 1020. Apply and close. Now this is it for this color. Let's save it. Save it. Let's make the last part, which is the bushing. So we'll have to open a new part. Plain white. Open a sketch in the front plane. And again, it will be the same 2 circles. This time we'll have other dimensions, at least this one. This one will be 30 millimeters. And this one will be 25. Okay, go to features, use extruded boss base command. And this, I think it has 31 millimeters. Because the drawing is not very clear, so press OK. And now this one is from brass, so right click, edit material. We'll have to find it. I am not quite sure where is it. It's definitely not here, so I think it's here, yeah. So we have to go to copper alloys and select from here brass, apply and close. Now this is the bushing. Let's save it. Save. And these are all the parts we need for this assembly. So this is how it should look at the end. First let's open a new a new SolidWorks document, and this time we'll select here assembly, and we'll have to browse for all the parts that we created until now. So we'll have to select them. So we should have one arm shaft, one base, one bushing, one collar, one pulley arm, one pulley shaft, one pulley, and one square nut. The other components, we're gonna import them from the library. Select here open, and then click once for each of them to import them here. And we forgot one of them. I'm gonna import it just in a second. Let's make this plain white. Okay, the base should be the one that it's fixed, so right click on this one, float, and right click on the base and select here fix. Okay, and now let's import the other component. Go to insert component, existing part assembly, go here to browse, and we have to insert this straight grease fitting and select the assembly, open. We already made this straight grease fitting as an assembly, so we're gonna import it as an assembly in this document. If you don't have this one, go and follow not the last tutorial, but the one before the last, and you'll find how to make it. Okay, let's start the assembly. First we'll select this face from the, actually not that one, this one, from the pulley arm, with this one from the base. Select here concentric. Okay, we want this face to be here, so select these two faces, select here coincide, and select here reverse. Click here yes, and then close it. It's saying that it affected that concentric that we just made. It's not a problem for now. So okay, let's insert the shaft. This will be the shaft for this. Select these two faces and select here concentric. And we want this face to be on this other side, so we can make these two holes also concentric. Let's go back here, right click on this concentric made, select here edit feature, or okay, let's go ahead with this for now, and select here to reverse the direction. Press here OK and OK. The other thing you could have made was right click on it, and we can see right here flip made alignment, and was going to do the same thing. And now let's select these two faces and select here also concentric. Okay, and now let's do the same with these two faces. Select here concentric. Make sure that the longer part right here, we can see this edge is not actually it is pointing to the arm and not like this. So right click on this one and select again flip mate alignment. Alright, and now select this face with this one and select here coincide. Okay, and I'll have to insert this bushing, so select the face from the bushing with the one from the pulley, select here concentric, and then select these two faces and select here coincide. Okay, that's good. And I'll have to insert the shaft. So where is it? It's right here. Select the shaft, select this face from the bushing, select here concentric, and now make sure that this hole is on this side and not on the other side. And now let's drag it out Select this face with this one from the arm and select here also concentric. And now we'll have to reverse here just like this. We want both of them to be like this. Okay, now let's insert this color. To do that, we'll select this face with this one from the shaft, select here concentric. And now let's drag it a little bit outside. We want to be able to see this face from this hole. Select them both and select here also concentric. We'll have to reverse this direction. We want it like this. And now let's insert this straight grease fitting inside this hole right here. To do that, we'll have to select first this, actually one of these faces from the arm with this face from this part, and select here also concentric. And now let's find it. It's on the position. If it's not on the position and you find it with the head on the other side, right click on this mate and select here flip alignment. Okay, let's drag it outside for a little bit. And now select this face with this one and select here coincide. Okay, and now this is almost finished. Let's see what components we have left. We have this nut and we have to import a few other things. Okay, let's import the bolt for now. So let's go to design library, toolbox, add in now. For the bolt, we'll go to metric system, to bolts and screws, hex head. We'll select this bolt, we'll drag it, and we'll try to place it in this hole. Perfect. The size should be M12. The length should be 70. The thread length also 70. You can select here to see how you want to see the thread, cosmetic or this one. I'm gonna keep this one. Press OK. And we only need one bolt. Okay, and now if we move this, the bolt is moving along. That's why we wanted to place it in this hole, because the mates will be automatically added. Okay, and now we'll have to import the washer. So we're gonna go to this other system this time, and we'll go to washers, lock, and we'll get the regular one, drag it out. And here I found that this one is the right size. So make sure that you select this one, press OK, and we only need one of them. Select this round face, with this edge, and select here concentric. Now I'll have to drag it outside. If you cannot see it, go here, select it, and these arrows should appear. If you don't have these arrows, if they don't appear, so you can drag it down. Right click on this arm, make this one, actually select here change transparency, and then you'll be able to see it inside this arm. Then make sure you select it and you drag it down, and then don't forget to change the transparency back for this arm. Alright, and now we'll select this face with this one and select here coincide. Now I'll have to put this square nut on this bolt. To do that, we'll select a round edge like this one, and the face from this washer, and select here concentric. Of course, we want it to be the other way, so select here flip mate alignment, drag it down, select this face with this one from the washer, and select here coincide. And now this is rotating and everything is assembled. Now I'll have to import a few more things, like actually 3 of them. So go here, we'll go back to the metric system, go to bolts and screws, set screws, socket. We're gonna use this one. So left click and drag it outside. The size should be M8. We'll have one of them with length 10 and 2 of them with length 20. First we're gonna import the one with length 10. Press OK and then close it. And I'm not quite sure where this one is going to go, in which of these 3 holes, because here we have 2 holes which are the same. Actually all of these 3 holes are the same. So I didn't know in which hole, but I'm gonna place it in this one, because if we put the one with 20 in length here, it's either going too deep and is touching this part, or it's gonna stick outside too much and it's not going to look very good. So the small one will go in this hole. Select this face. Okay, let's make this part visible again. So right click, change the transparency. And now we'll select this face with this one from the hole. Select here concentric. And we need this the other way around. So select here flip mate alignment. We cannot see it anymore. So let's drag it outside. Just like this. And now we want this to stay right there and to be like in the middle of these 2 parts, to catch them both. To do that, we'll select this face with this one, and just a second, so these 2 faces, and select here this mate distance, and here is the distance. We're gonna make this distance 14 millimeters. This is the distance we can go here, and we can see we have more choices here, but we're gonna keep this one for now and make here 14 millimeters. Let's see how it's going to look. If not, we're gonna change it to another dimension. So right click on this shaft and select here change transparency to take a look inside, and we can see that it's almost touching it, which is not good, so we'll have to change it a little bit. Go to the last mate we just made, right click on it, select here edit feature, and here instead of 14 let's make it 16, and we can see that it's better. We can also see the hole now is not going past the hole, which is good. Press here OK and OK. Let's change the transparency for this color also. We want to see if it's good. Yes, and it is. Perfect. Let's change the transparency back for this one and for this one. And I'll have to insert the other 2. The other 2 will have the same dimension, so not the same as this one, but the same in between them. The same size here, but the length will be 20 this time. I think on the drawing was 22, but we don't have 22 there, so we're gonna use 20 instead. Okay, and now press OK, and one more. We need 2 of these. Now let's assemble them. Select this face with this one, select here concentric, change here the direction. Let's drag it outside. For these two we can make a simple mate, like selecting this face with the face from the arm and select here tangent, because they are not sticking outside and they are not going too deep. We can right click on this shaft and select here change transparency, and we can see that they are perfect. Let's change the transparency again. And for this one we'll have to do the same thing. First select this face, then select the face from this base, select here concentric, flip the alignment, and we cannot drag it outside, it's no point. Select this face with this one and select here tangent, and it will automatically come out. Okay, and this should be all the components and all the parts that we needed to make and to import. Now this is moving as it should be. If we want to see if this pulley is moving, it's actually moving, but to make it easier, you can right click on this arm, select here fixed, and we can see that this is also moving. Don't forget to make this float again. This is the tutorial for today. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video.